In this episode of Getting to There, I had the pleasure to sit down with a one-man band. Jeremy Riesig, better known as Brotha James, takes his listeners on a spiritual journey of live looping and recording, all in real time. Setting aside a successful career, he pursued his dreams of being an inspirational musician. Risking it all to be the change he wanted to see in the world led Brotha James to pursue his dreams of creating a difference in the world through the power of music and words. Jeremy, Brotha James, thank you for joining us. I know you're a busy guy. So you had a regular job before you started doing music. Can you talk about what your regular job was and what did it for you to say, okay, I'm gonna give that up and do music?
Well, the job that I had for a long time was selling Cutco cutlery. And so it was a very entrepreneurial job for anyone who knows Cutco and vector marketing. And I started off as a Cutco residential rep and sold to people in their homes. And then as I evolved musically, actually naturally, the progression of my musical kind of evolution eliminated my ability to go see residential clients. I then started selling Cutco to real estate agents and having them give away Cutco as closing gifts and seeing that I could build a passive income through a certain style of selling that had kind of turned a long-term forever guaranteed product into a consumable in a very resellable type of way. So I used the Cutco business to build a passive income and then built the skill sets to become a musician. And it's been an incredible ride.
That's awesome.
Hopefully I answered your question.
No, that was perfect. There's no wrong answers. They're your answers. So what's something that you resisted initially that ended up being really good for you?
What I resisted was wanting to put myself out there before I thought I was good enough. I think we can all relate to that as an entrepreneur with especially an artistic idea or an idea that is just an outward expression of who we are, because then if people don't like it, we feel like they don't like us, right? Because it's kind of like an expression within the art, a song that's about my life, or, so that was something that I resisted, that I'm so glad that I had someone that helped to push me forward, because it was a tipping point for me in regards to my overall commitment to the project.
That's awesome. One of the questions I like to ask is, if you were given an award unexpectedly, what would your friends and family say the award is for, and what would you want the award to be for if it was a different answer?
No, it would be the same answer, and it would be value-based decisions. I'm pretty hardcore about my values aligning with the decisions that I make, especially around the way that I spend money. And so I'd probably get that award, and I'd be proud to get it.
Gotcha. So you spend a lot of time inspiring children, and you're an inspiration to others. Who is your inspiration? What's your favorite music? Who inspires you?
Well, in a way, I want to just define and refine what it is you said about inspiring children. And so for me, I play for all human beings, and I've been really fortunate that naturally the message that I deliver through my music of feeling inspired, living a passion, doing things that you're excited about, finding tools and skills that allow you to go out and really live an amazing life. These are all messages in the song that really are just a representation of kind of like who I am. And I've been really fortunate and really pleased to see that message is multi-generational.
So what's something you don't give yourself enough credit for? As all good artists, there's a part of us that are painful, and you're probably harder on yourself than you ever should be. But at the same token, there's probably something that you do well that you just don't give yourself enough credit for. What do you think that would be?
Well, my mom complimented me on dancing the other day. She was like, during that show, you had some dance moves. They were pretty good. So maybe it's dancing.
Okay. If that's the first thing that comes to mind, we'll take it. That's
what comes to mind. Yeah. Because I really actually think of myself as kind of a really poor dancer. And I don't know. My mom's always looking for ways to make me feel good about myself. So
that's what moms do. I've seen you live multiple times, and you dance well. You don't look like you're faking it or anything. You're just jumping up and down. So you have to be creative pretty much when you have the time to write down your songs and you're on the road, and you also have ideas when you're probably least expecting it. So when you sit down to actually write, how do you get away or get around writer's block if when you're creative, you're not able to create, and when you're able to create, you're not creative at that moment. How do you get around that?
Great question. There's a couple different ways. One is just making it a practice. So by making it a practice, then you have material to go back to where you're not requiring yourself to count on your creative inspiration to start generating ideas. You already have ideas that are, and I use Evernote for pretty much everything. So inside of Evernote will be the lyrics that I'm working on, will be a guitar riff that I'm using, will be a melody that I'm using with the guitar riff, maybe even a song that I like that I want to model. And then so there I have different ingredients that no matter where I am or what time it is or what my inspiration level is, that I can plug into kind of a formula and start to create the momentum I'm looking for versus expect it to kind of hit me.
Are you currently supporting the latest album that was on Kickstarter, or are you already on, what's your next project? Is it supporting the old album, or is it working on a new album, or can you do both simultaneously?
Well, I'm always working on new music. So I'm always working on creating new tunes that are going to be coming here sometime this year. Those songs will start to be released inside of the different groups that I play in front of. I would say probably those new songs will be coming probably like realistically 2 or 3 songs by the fall. Just new songs that we might not release, we might not record, but they'll be Brotha James original songs.
What's a question that you wish people would ask you and they never do?
I would want people to ask me about how I feel about making decisions that are beyond my own self-interest, but that have to do with the whole of what keeps us alive and why I think that's important.
And what would be your answer of that?
Because just like any sort of a business or any sort of a family, we have to take into consideration all the parts, and being alive and breathing air and drinking water. It has fundamental things that have to happen for us to get those types of resources. And so to look at how our decisions impact our ability to fundamentally see those resources being continued to be as wonderful as they are right now, not just for us, but for the world, that when we think about our decisions and we think about that, it changes the way that we make decisions and connects us more to the very thing that keeps us alive and respect for that. And within that is some sort of a magical love that is generated. And I think when we have more of it, we are just better versions of ourselves. So that's how I would answer it. What do you think about that?
That's the deepest answer we've ever had. That's awesome. I think when we all die, we're going to realize it's all connected. Somehow, everything, it's all connected. It's people you meet, people you don't meet. It's all there. What words of wisdom would you give someone to take that chance in themselves and maybe not quit their H&R Block job or whatever their job is, but start dabbling in the pool of possibility? How would you tell them that?
The very first thing I would say is that the saying of like, do what you love and the money will follow is, you don't want to like subscribe to that being the way that you count on things working out.
Right.
Believe that there's a great combination of using whatever vehicle you're in right now to supplement and to maybe even fund your ability to start dipping your toe in the water of the dream you might have. Respect the job that you have and understand that it's a very, very good asset that you have a job and have money and have abilities to maybe fluctuate your hours of operation and dollars you can earn. And also, don't get too far ahead of yourself envisioning what it is you want to create without going and getting some of that little experience that allows you to start being like, oh, I really like this, or, oh, I can see how my mind was playing kind of some tricks on me.
I'm so glad you answered it that way, because I was afraid you were going to say, oh no, quit your job, go do your dream, because I'm thinking all the comments of, I'm now unemployed, so that was an awesome, and that's the right answer. There's a migration to live in your passion, and especially if you have responsibilities, you got to warrant that. I can't think of a better, more positive way to end this interview with Brotha James. I want to thank you very much for your time. And if you want any information, all the information for Brotha James will be in the link at the end of this video. Brotha James, thank you very much.
Great.
Man. I'll see you again.
Brad,
take care.
Peace out,
Bye-bye.
man.
I know it's time for me to go. And In this journey, I'm gonna take it slow. Assess my prey before I start to hone my blade. This ain't no phase, no longer grazing in this field that I once laid. I wanna taste, let go of haste. Blood in the water, oh, I will not hesitate, because I'm an animal. I want my belly full. I will not go to my grave with this inside of me.